Our next fight coming up, Luis Pena is in the ring. And that is Carlos Rosas. Pacoima, California is where he is from. Trains at the City of Angels gym. When you come from Pacoima, that's also Richie Valens' land. And I'll always say, not my Richie, if you mention Pacoima. This is a battle of heavyweights. He comes into Ramon Ayala's.
Our sixth fight of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, will feature 3 2-minute rounds of heavyweight action. At the sound of the bell, referee in charge of the action is Wayne Hedgepeth. Introducing first the fighter to my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white and green trunks. He weighed in at 218 pounds and has a veteran record of 22 wins with only 5 losses. Representing the Oxnard Police Department Athletic League, he is Luis Heavyweight Pena. And introducing the fighter to my right, fighting out of the red corner and wearing the blue and white trunks. He weighed in at 269 pounds, and he's fighting in a ring for the very first time. Representing the LAPD's Shootin' Newton division, Luis Carlos Rosas.
Look at the tail of the tape of the heavyweights.
Pena is 5 years younger at age 21, but Rosas enjoys significant height, weight, and reach advantages. He is 4.5 inches taller, 50 pounds heavier.
Yeah, Doug, this just by weight, it's like a heavyweight from the 1970s taking on a heavyweight from 2016, actually.
Absolutely, and these guys are among the most experienced. In fact, they are the 2 most experienced fighters tonight. Rosas has a 40-6 amateur record. Pena has a 22-5 record.
Yeah, Rosas 1 year in the LAPD. He's 26 years old. You mentioned his record, 40-6, good amateur career. Trained in Oxnard, and at one point was considering going down to Mexico and try to qualify with their national teams. Didn't work out. He's now a police officer for the LAPD, trained by John Negrete, who does a great job running the boxing program for the LAPD. Luis Pena from Oxnard, trained by Ron Kenny. He won the National Pals last month. Also won the Adidas National Tournament.
Yeah, congratulations to him.
Yeah, so it's...
But I'm thinking Pena was probably fighting in the heavyweight division, which is 201 pounds.
Yep.
Rosas is a super heavyweight. No weight limit for him.
Hey, let's just go. We got gloves. Let's get at it.
Let's do it. Yeah, Rosas kind of reminds me of a heavyweight prospect / contender named Andy Ruiz.
Great call right there, Doug.
He's big, but he's light on his feet, and he has deceptively quick hands.
Andy the Destroyer Ruiz, Mexicali, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, he does look like him. Rosas in all blue, serving at the Newton division in South Central Los Angeles. Trains at the City of Angels gym. The shot landed by Rosas.
Yeah, and these gloves don't look so big on these guys.
No.
Especially on Rosas.
Bouncing around.
Yeah, light on his feet for like nearly 270 pounds. Jeez.
The right landed. Good opening round.
I've trained more world champs than anyone else in boxing history. Roberto Duran, he was no coward. I know how he began in life, what he willed himself to become.
Is that a real fighter?
Duran should fight no one but me.
You're Roberto Duran. Get in there and act like him.
Are we going to be champions?
Hands of Stone, in theaters everywhere, August 26th.
Go Then Boy Boxing on Ring TV Live is brought to you by Hands of Stone. No mas, no surrender. Relive the legend of Roberto Duran this summer in theaters, August 26th. Getting ready for the second round as Chalino Sanchez is blasting throughout the Velasco Theater. Beto Duran, Doug Fisher, and Steve Kim. Dougie Fisher is his Twitter, Steve UCN Live. Second round scheduled for 3. Amateur, so it's 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division, at least for Luis Pena. Carlos Rosas would be the super heavy, as Doug said. Good shots landed by the 26-year-old LAPD fighter in the blue. It's going to be a standing 8. Yes, it is.
That was off of a nice, clean right cross landed by Rosas.
It is Pena who's the sharper, quicker fighter, but you can just really see the size and the girth
Rosas
of Rosas.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's wide. He's a wall.
Well, the bottom line is when you have 45, 50 pounds difference, when you touch a guy, generally, if you have any type of technique, you should be able to move him back.
And he's also fighting a fighter who is 6'3" in Rosas. Pena coming in at 5'10" and a half. Pena holding his own in there.
Yes, he is.
Fighter in the white trunks.
This is a competitive round. That was a nice hook. Pena's got to sort of like launch overhands, like haymakers, in order to catch this guy because he's so tall.
But, you know, even when he's on the inside, again, Pena, like a more compact fighter, he's actually doing some pretty good work to the body, digging inside. But he's got to be able to find shelter, because there's going to be a time and place if he's in the middle, all the way, not on the outside and not close enough, he's going to be right in the crosshairs of Rosas.
Final seconds of the second round. Belasco Theater, a sold-out Belasco Theater, LA Fight Club in downtown Los Angeles.
Some nice exchanges from these heavyweights. Pena fighting very well off the ropes. And Rosas showing us when he gets some distance, he lands some nice straight rights.
Right there.
Good accurate shots from the outside.
Pena got stuck in no man's land. He's got to be all the way inside on the chest or all the way outside out of range. Anything in between, it's really a danger zone for him, and you saw what happened there. I actually thought second half of that round, he did a pretty good job of rebounding, digging to the downstairs portion of Rosas.
I did too, and I actually scored round 2 for Pena.
Escándalo jamming at the Belasco. DJ Ray getting down in the third and final round. Carlos Rosas, all blue. Luis Pena with the white trunks. Pena
on the attack.
All he does is box. He trains and coaches at the Oxnard PAL program, PAL Police Athletic League. The Rosas is serving in the Newton Division, LAPD. Good scrap.
Nice body shots from Pena. And he's also showing, he got caught with a right hand there from Rosas, but he was also showing some nice head and upper body movement while he was in that neutral corner.
Good right from Rosas.
Rosas has a really good 1-2 combination.
Yes, he does.
And as I mentioned in the first round, he's pretty light on his feet for such a big man.
Good right hand. This would have been really interesting if this was a longer fight, guys, because Pena's doing great work to the body, really investing downstairs. Now, it may not matter in what is essentially a 6-minute sprint, but in a longer fight, it would have been very interesting to see how well he would have been able to break down Rosas.
See the experience that Pena has. The first round was just trying to figure out his opponent, somebody who he probably hasn't fought anybody this big.
That's what I'm guessing. And I think the scorecards will be interesting because I believe Rosas soundly won round 1. Yep. I think round 2 was kind of a toss-up round, and I think this final round, I think Pena is really in command just with his activity and his connect rate.
Another good left hook to the body.
Yeah. More work to the body. Both these guys putting on a good show, fighting hard.
Shouldn't be that much of a surprise that it's Pena finishing off stronger.
No.
He's the lighter guy. Stamina should be a little bit easier for him to manage. And I think he's had a really good round number 3 here.
And he has got some heart. Attacking this man mountain like that. Wow.
Good fight. They go the distance. Good fight. They hug it out in the middle. Pena and Rosas, crowd approves. Always good when you win the crowd.
Well, I've got it scored for Pena. It'll be interesting to see what the official score. I won't be surprised if this is another split decision.
I think how you score round number 1 is going to be the key. Obviously, the big fella scored a knockdown in round number 2, but again, we're going with amateur judging.
Right.
But I think the guy that was stronger at the end, the one that had the finishing kick, certainly is a guy out of the Oxnard pal, Louis Pena.
Pena closing ground, landing a 1-2 combination, positioning himself in a neutral corner, blocking punches, evading punches with some upper body movement and a high guard, and just looking for his openings.
Right there. Look at that way he just punches right from the elbow. No wasted motion, very compact, very quick. And I thought he was able to punch inside some of the wide looping shots of Rosas.
Both guys banging away at the body. Pena's technique a little bit better. Rosas knows how to use his size and his weight, shoving the smaller man into the neutral corner, working the body in his own right. And of course, he had some beautiful straight rights from mid-range during this fight. These guys have talent.
Yeah.
Have talent, and they exhibited really good technique in this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of boxing, we have a split decision. Judge Lou Moret sees the bout, 29-28, Pena. Judge Raul Calles Sr. sees it, 29-28, Rosas. And Judge Pat Russell scores it 30-27 for your winner by split decision, representing the Oxnard Police Athletic League, Luis Heavyweight Pena.
Oh, some unrest here at the Velasco Theater.
Not a surprise that it was a split decision, and I thought the right guy won. I scored the fight for Pena.
One more fight to go, amateurs. That'll be featuring Daniel Rosales and Nelson Cordero. We're at the Velasco.
We see exchanges from this fight. This fight delivered skill, technique, action, a lot of physical contact. And after watching, most of the fighters who participate in the LA Fight Club series are kind of like lightweights on down, so there's a spectacle seeing men who are over 200 pounds go at it the way these two did tonight.
As the night went on, I thought it was Pena who started to get more comfortable dealing with the size of Rosas, and again, that body work was outstanding.